Hi, I'm Ruth Hutson,
Hi, I'm Michael Lee.
and we're from USD 384 Blue Valley High School in Randolph, Kansas. And the purpose of this video is to tell you a little bit about our Toshiba America Foundation grant, where we had a 2-week course. Students learned about gel electrophoresis.
And it was a smattering of freshmen and to junior kids, and it was during the summertime. And part of the reason was gel electrophoresis is one of the things that they had to do in college. And
we started the class because we weren't able to cover applied genetics in a biology class, and so we decided to start with what they already knew about the cell in DNA, RNA, and proteins, and then we started doing some hands-on lab activities. Specifically, we had 4 different lab activities that they performed. The first one, they learned how to genotype using gel electrophoresis. Secondly, we learned how to do polymerase chain reaction using gel electrophoresis. They really liked that one. Then we did a lab where they did DNA fingerprinting, and finally, because we're from a rural area, we wanted to talk about mad cow disease and talk about how it was determined whether or not there were any tissues in different animal feeds that might contribute to an animal developing mad cow disease.
And the other part after they did those 4 labs was they got the opportunity to go to a local university, which is 30 minutes north of here is Kansas State University. And he visited with 2 professors. The first one was Dr. Stephen Chapes, and the second person was Dr. Chris Culbertson. Dr. Chapes, he's an immunologist there, so he works with gel electrophoresis. And Dr. Chris Culbertson is the forefront of improving this technique with capillary gel electrophoresis. So he gave them the opportunity to students to say, this is the way of the future, so now that you've seen it, there you go.
When we toured Dr. Chapes' lab, they could look and see how they could take what they learned in class and then apply it directly in the workforce. So if they decided to go to college, they could work in a lab that used gel electrophoresis, and it's really a commonly used bioassay. They were really excited when they walked around Dr. Chapes' lab because they could see a lot of the same equipment that we had in our lab, although they do think our thermocycler looks cooler because it's purple.
Yeah, yeah. And part of the thing was when they went to the university was they got the opportunity to maybe make some connections.
Yes, they did.
Job opportunities, so that's always a nice thing to do. After they got done with seeing the university lab, they actually had the opportunity to present their findings to the community.
We had some community education where students could invite a family member, a friend, a neighbor, whoever they wanted to come, and they gave them a tour of our lab, talked about the different equipment that we had. They also had to give a formal lab report of one of the experiments or one of the aspects of class. So they had PowerPoint presentations where they did that, and it was like they were presenting at like a technical conference. And then they could also take their grandparents, their parents around and show them how the equipment worked. The
impressive part was when they got the questions from the community members, they were able to answer the questions because the majority of the lab was so hands-on that they knew what they were talking about. And when we just stepped aside to look at them, that was the best feeling because
we were so proud because you could tell that they really did learn a lot in this 2-week course. And many times we felt like we just turned a fire hose on and told the kids to swallow as much water as they could because we had to go so fast. However, after the community education, we learned that it was really sticking. What's exciting about it, because of Toshiba America, we are able to keep the equipment and we can use it this year in our classes. Mr. Lee's going to use it in his science classes over at the middle school, and I'm going to use it at Blue Valley High School, and we'll share equipment so that we can reach more students since not everyone was able to take the summer course. Mr. Lee made a great t-shirt that some of the kids even wore the first day of school. It was really a nice bonding experience, and we really want to thank Toshiba America Foundation again for giving us a chance and allowing us to teach this course. Thank you very much.
Thank you.